Meantime, horrible day in Victoria, which is still playing out right now. It has been incredibly hot in parts of the state today. There were bushfires. To everyone and anyone affected, we send you nothing but strength and love. Then there was a mega hailstorm. Lots of videos of this on social media. As we speak right now, hundreds of thousands of people sitting in darkness, including a fair amount of them that's sitting in Dunkley. But of course, we know that one of the reasons why this is the case is because there's issues right now with one of the few remaining coal-fired power stations around the country. In fact, Jacinta Allan, the Victorian Premier, has turned around and said today that this extreme weather has resulted in the physical collapse of 6 transmission towers, which have caused power outages across Victoria. A massive surge was caused, and this has tripped the power station. As these are extremely big machines, they have to be brought back online slowly and carefully to protect the network, and currently 500,000 people, as it was this afternoon, are without power. Now, there's a few little tricks in this. Of course, extreme weather means every time there is a storm, every time there is a bushfire, every time there is hail, apparently it's all to do with climate change. These people believe that if Australia did everything that the greenies want, then somehow the weather would change. Well, of course, we're part of a global ecosystem, and while China is able to continue to have 30% of emissions, and remember, they can double them every single day between now and 2030 before they even start getting held to some sort of account. The reality is that Australia is not going to be able to change the weather. But the politics that people like the Victorian government have been pursuing for a long time, which is that the power system that works, well, they are currently being undermined, literally blown up at times, as we move our way towards a new system of power. But so often we hear that a coal-fired power station is going to be blown up, and what will it be replaced by? Storage, not the production of energy, but instead batteries. Now, this is all well and good, but as anyone will tell you, we are nowhere near having the grid to replace the one that in part people like the Victorian government and private power companies have been blowing up for way too long. I hope the situation is resolved as soon as possible, and certainly if you're somebody who's watching us on mobile devices or listening to us through all the different ways you can do it, or of course going through the Sky News app, and you're able to do that off battery power, I hope that you're able to charge something sooner rather than later. If there's a big change this hour, we will tell you. But I tell you what, the one thing that does need to change is the attitude of those that have undermined a grid that didn't survive today, and it's nothing to do with climate change.